All right, so allegedly 47 days, the 18th of March, 2021. Made a few notes, um, and kind of just looking at that test that I took. I reviewed the footage. Unfortunately, it cuts off half my screen, the half I need that I can't see. So I can't just look at the answers. Next time I'll have to sit and make sure to do that and make sure it's legible. So that kind of bit me in the butt. Um, and so I was sitting here and I was watching a YouTube video, just kind of killing some time from the 10-minute Bible hour. And the host goes to an LCMS church, and a guy named Will Wheaton, the pastor there, kind of walks them through some of the stuff that Lutherans believe. This would be the church similar to what I'd be going into, and I'm sitting there and I'm listening to it, and I'm sitting there and it's I kind of got the thinking the question that was in the interview questions, and part of it was like, what does it mean to be a Christian? And for me, it's not just what happens that hour that you're in church on Sunday. It's not just what happens on Sunday. It's not what when people are looking. It's everything else as well. It's all encompassing. So it's how you act, eh, what you're doing, how you're presenting yourself to the world, more so than just calling yourself something, and what people are doing, seen, or in a very certain situation. Um, and there's a lot of times when you sit and you look at someone that obviously claims to be Christian, and they're definitely not. And there's sometimes the opposite. So it's kind of what happens, every day, every hour, every second. How you're treating people, and it's it's kind of that. Um, so talked to my grandma today, and it was kind of like, do you have Plan B? This doesn't work. Um, and I reached out to the academic advisor that I have at seminary, and it was like blowing off like, this is more in depth. Like, yeah, but this should at least something be taught outside of what it is. I don't think that the books that they give are useful, and I think that they're very poorly written. And I think some of the questions are poorly written, especially for someone as an entrance exam. Um, if I have to take these classes, I'm not sure. If I have to pay out of pocket, I don't think I'd be going. I'll find something else. And getting this far into this process, turning down a job because of it was a big one. And it kind of makes me think, like, is this still working? Is this where I want to go if they're going to sit and put all these hurdles in my way? Is it worth it in the long run? With everything happening within the Synod, is it worth it? And right now, like, I don't have a plan B, but I'm questioning if I should have one. Should I make a plan B, in case anything happens, or what happens if it's not worth going into, or I can't afford to go into it? And that's something that I have to sit and think about. And I shouldn't have to. When you have a giant shortage of workers, you don't usually go, yeah, we don't need you. But for them, it seems like we're going to put a bar that's higher than what we can really need, and not change it depending on needs. Um, so I don't know. I'm kind of wondering if I should have a plan B at this point. I don't know. I just don't know. But I don't know. I'll sit and have a couple talks this week. But for the interview that I mentioned, I'll put it down in the description. Link to it. It's a very good interview, very informative, and it's very well produced. Pastor Will Wheaton, not the actor, the pastor, he's a completely different guy. He says a lot of very interesting things, and they're very helpful things he said. It kind of gave me a lot of thinking points. But I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna post this. It's actually the next day. It's actually the 19th, but 18th video for the 18th. Um, I'm gonna post this and go back to reading, I guess. Have a good rest of your day.